The location takes place in the South Sea of China.
What is the South China Sea conflict, anyways? Basically, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, China, Brunei, and Malaysia are fighting over the territory for some specific reasons. Each one of these countries wants to expand reserves of oil, gas, and fisheries. For now, China has claimed the majority of the area with the Nine Dash Line, competing with Vietnam and the Philippines. In 1974, the Chinese captured the parcel from Vietnam, killing more than 70 Vietnamese troops. But what actually started the conflict was in 2014 when China started a large construction and installation of military in the Spratly Islands. The US has been the only country to publicly recognize the issue, but decided to stay neutral, and by neutral, we meant to send ships to the Chinese Sea region.
For actors involved, there were the 6 countries that are located near the wanted territory. Vietnam, who was in a big dispute with China. China claims the major part of territory. It stretches as a great amount of miles south and east from the province in the south of Hainan. The United States plays an important role because of its problems with China, such as freedom of navigation and access to the Pacific Ocean. The United States was dragged in this conflict because of its 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty with Philippines, and for protecting Philippines from an attack of China in 2011. Australia has an interest on the South Sea of China and conducts in 1980 its own airborne control operations in it and the Indian Ocean, called Operation Gateway.
The dispute that has been happening on the South China Sea is clearly a territorial and economic conflict, since each country is claiming the ocean area as its own. At the same time, that specific area contains major resources that could help each country economically, especially China, since it is a powerful state and pursues even more economic growth. Sovereignty over the islands has been a predicament over the years to the point where it could potentially be critical. The interference of China has definitely caused some territorial issues. At this point, each country has to claim what is theirs to prevent China from claiming those regions as theirs.
This conflict has been around for quite some time and involves fundamentals of both liberalism and realism. For starters, it can cause serious problems, since we have seen how territorial situations turn out to be disastrous throughout history. What these countries want is sovereignty, be able to rule over the territory and be able to use the resources these islands provide. Not only that, but the states want this area to be able to expand shipping routes. China, Vietnam, and Taiwan all claim to possess documents that prove that Paracel and Spratly Island has belonged to them since the 1940s. This is certainly an example of how powerful countries work. China, being one of the top powers today, puts at risk all the other regions involved because China possesses great military strength. The UN has stepped in and claimed that China has interfered with the Philippines' fishing and oil business in the island and stated that China has no entitlement of these lands. Really, what the UN was trying to reference is that cooperation is important, since China has plans to create artificial islands which could end up affecting majority since it involves endangered species, causing further damage to the coral reef and its ecosystem.